Hello, everybody, and welcome to another game of Star Trek Adventures. Sorry about that. You guys were just I kept myself muted, so you guys didn't hear my awesome introduction, which was just pretty much that. So here we go. We are picking up where our characters left off a couple weeks ago. Our players had to go under an undercover mission to the Romulan warbird Shaenor, which was actually ran by the Tal'Shiar. And unfortunately, they found out by the time they got there that it was partially assimilated by what seems to be the Borg. And there's no message or no warning if the Borg has ever returned yet. But so this mysterious somehow technology is is assimilated all the interior parts of the ship. It seems like, minus the exterior, so nobody could detect if there was anything wrong. We did have Rolis Trin try to sense any emotions or any thought patterns or anything from it, and he was hit with a unbearing blast of voices. So of which Toby kind of figured, okay, this seems familiar. So we're not sure how this so we're not sure how this happened yet. This is still a mystery of, but we do know, like, previously from the adventures of the USS Hailstrom, they encountered the Remans, who was using Borg technology as experimental technology to try to get a one-up on Romulans. And now that well, let's see, where was I going with this? As I was saying, now at the end of that adventure, it seemed like the Borg technology took over and started on its own assimilating everybody that they ever, the nanoprobes started assimilating everyone that was coming in contact with them. So we're not sure if this is another. So now we went from that story arc to the USS Tolkein, and we're not really sure if what's exactly still going on. This is still a mystery, especially when it comes to the Tal'Shiar, because according to, I don't know if I mentioned in the last video, but the Senator was unaware of any contact with Borg technology. And as a matter of fact, they were doing surveys on other things. They had a totally separate mission than this. So, yeah, mysterious. So now, they were attacked on the bridge of that class, but of that ship of the D'Irdex class, Romulan D'Irdex class. But however, they did not leave empty-handed. They have information, and so far we're not sure of the fate of James Hemmingway, the chief medical officer, who was infected with nanoprobes.
Oh, fun!
So we're gonna play out some things. Meanwhile, on the USS Tolkien, Rolis and
Fly
Zept.
away,
What's up?
fly away.
Yeah,
Fly.
Rolis and Zepp went to the respectable battle stations because now the ship is under red alert as the shields are being raised for the Shaenor class and the weapons are being charged. So, space battle, everybody.
Yay!
However,
Oh,
the USS Tolkien is at a disadvantage, unfortunately, coming to speak of it, because, well, they actually had to use part of their energy to get past their shield so they could teleport the crew off of it, because the shields were blocking the teleportation devices. So, yes, we have a ship with limited power taking on a ship with full power, so we'll see how this goes. Plus, they were actually different class sizes in their class, so yeah. Let's see how this happens.
I think this is our first ship battle.
As USS Tolkien, yes. As USS Hailstrom, you guys have been in a couple battles so far, but yep, this is your first ship battle for the Tolkien.
This is the first battle in a while. I'll say that.
Yeah.
In a while, yes.
Yeah, I will hand that to you. All right, so let me make sure I have everything I need up real quick. I've been kind of going through it. Okay, because we're gonna execute to make sure that we execute this.
Basic maneuvers. Run away.
Well, and remember, the commanding officer does actually get to help and assist with the task by giving an order. I'm gonna, so when I give you a concise order, It says here I can attempt a single task determined by the CO. Okay, the CO tasks this task using the command discipline. So by giving it a direct order, this will be a difficulty of 0. Any successes I get on giving my orders as as the captain of this vessel, such as firing weapons, evasive maneuvers, anything at all, will assist Rollis Trin in maneuvers, and also will assist the security officer at tactical on battling. So hopefully no one dies tonight, other than the enemy. But
We have no security officer.
no, there is a security. There is an officer at tactical, but he remains a nameless NPC.
Yes, that's what I was saying. It's none of us are.
I guess if you want to count him, he's a supporting character from an anime. He's an extra, and we all know they're weak.
Although we may have to beam over to the other ship and hack into their system somehow.
That's almost not possible. Notice I said the word almost.
Could be.
All right. So we begin on the scene on the bridge of this vessel. Everyone's at red alert. Everyone's at battle stations. Zep just entered the engineering his engineering station because he's going to need to be doing whatever he can to provide power to the ship while we're in this middle of this battle, because anything will be a drain on the vessel, of course. So yeah, so as he's preparing his systems or preparing his station, or preparing to give his orders to his people, because he's lieutenant commander and he's the chief engineer. Rollis Trin did actually make it to the bridge, and Captain goes, "Trin, I'm so glad Lieutenant Trin, I'm so glad you're able to join us. Please take your station and prepare for evasive action."
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am.
So
it's a minute, right?
So I'm gonna roll real quick. You're gonna give
like the captain's ma'am, correct?
Yes, the captain is a ma'am. So yes, Amelia Flores. So she's gonna give.
I just tried to do it wrong.
This is a command roll. We're gonna do presence and command. So we're gonna see what kind of success that you will get on your next roll.
You need me to roll that?
No, I don't need you to roll that. That's for me.
Okay.
Okay. And she's going to, of course, the greatest thing is, because she knows evasive action, this would apply here. She has she has 2 successes, 1 critical and 1 failure. So yeah, so you on your next roll, when you make your evasive action maneuver, you get to actually you get 2 success. You get whatever successes you get plus 2 successes.
Nice.
So all right. So the ship hasn't attacked yet. That was the order for that one. You get to roll a control plus con at a difficulty of 1, and then we are going to I'm going to roll for you structure plus con for the ship.
Focus, helms operations, right?
Yes, that would apply.
A total of 4 successes, because I got 2 successes.
A total of 4. Holy crap, that's pretty good.
Well, plus the 2 I got from you, plus the 2 I just got, so okay. 4.
And then structure plus con. Let's see. All right, so you got 4. Structure plus con, 14 or lower. Oh, jeez, yeah. And so that works. So how many successes did you get?
So I got 2 plus your 2 is 4.
Okay, well there's 6.
Yeah.
So evasive maneuvers was the order was flawless, very flawless. Unfortunately, that does take up a power to use. So we are down to 7. Before we move on to the other vessel and they get to have a turn, what is Zep going to currently do?
Okay, so I need a tactical rundown of this battle.
Okay, so you can get that. We could just say you get that through your computer use. You're getting that through sensors, so you are getting the tactical rundown of the battle.
Okay, what do I see?
What do you see? Right now you just see us taking evasive maneuvers, and the other ship is getting ready to pursue, but we're not sure how well the pursuing is as of this time. Did you want to? What are you trying to do exactly?
I would like to amplify the what's it called? Impulse drive.
Okay.
And
To make us
allow.
to make us a little bit
Yeah.
quicker. Okay. All right. So that would be. Let's do for that one because you're doing amplification, but that would be an engineering. Let's do a daring engineering roll because you're going to be pushing it. You're going to be pushing it to the max.
Okay. Now I don't have a impulse drive focus.
Okay.
I have warp drive, computers, EPS systems, transporters and replicators, hand phasers, and survival. I don't think any of those would help.
No, not in this one. Just do a daring plus engineering.
Okay, what can do?
Yep.
And 2d20. Nope. There you go. I got one success.
One success. All right. So you successfully actually push our engines to the max, so we're a little bit quicker. That success is going to add to the total that ship is going to get. We're going to be down to, however, it's going to cost us a little bit more power. You're going to have to use a power point. So we're down to the current power that the ship has is down to 6 on main power. So we are moving a little bit quicker than normal. So
Okay,
they're gonna, yep. So now it's going to be the Shaenor's turn. It's going to be the Shaenor's turn. The Shaenor is going to attack, of course. Let's see here. Let's do a starship attack sequence.
No.
What's up?
I'm gonna use quick to action. If we're in combat, I can get another initiative count.
Oh, okay, that would help. Yeah. All right. So,
we did go first twice.
All right. Fair enough. So how would this work in this as we're really trying to run away?
Move even further away.
Move even further away.
Actually, if we're already out of safe distance, warp.
Okay. I mean, I would say we are at a safe distance, and if you want to go to warp drive, we can jump as high as we can go is warp 6, but that would use up all of our power to jump to because they will have an opportunity to pursue. That unfortunately that would take our phasers offline.
Which king? Any?
I mean, I have. Let's see. I have to open the PDF. 1 second, please. I apologize for our audience for unexpected difficulties.
Hang on. Let me see if I can help you out with this. Let's have you do a power management system check. Which on a success, which you can succeed at cost. If you don't succeed at a difficulty of 2, the ship gains 1 power. And then 1 power back per success, and then you get to also spend momentum in the same turn to repeat that same power process to get a +1 above each success.
Okay, I'll do that now. But I want to see at some point if I can use any of my talents.
Okay. Do you have something that's related to? Do you have something that's related to power control? Or
I have a little power.
What's up?
I have one called a little more power.
Oh, yeah, that is that a talent?
Yes, it is. It looks like yeah, it is.
All right, a little more power. I believe. Let me look up see what that does real quick. A little bit more power. Huh.
It might
So
be
whenever you succeed,
the engineering source book. I'm not sure.
I have it. It's on the Roll20 screen. It's whenever you succeed at an engineering task aboard your own ship, you may spend 1 momentum to regain 1 spent power.
Oh, totally. Let's do it. Okay, we'll follow the plan. What do you need me to roll?
Do we have any momentum?
We don't have any momentum, no.
Oh.
Yep. So, but the roll for power management to gain back power per success above would have to be. It's going to be control plus engineering, and you got to beat a difficulty of 2. So, so if you gain 2. You get at least +1, and then anything above 2, you get additional power. And then you can spend momentum, and it would only be 1 momentum to get +1 power above that.
And you said it was insight plus engineering?
Nope, control plus engineering.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I see it now.
Yep.
Control plus engineering.
And we have no momentum yet on the board.
Yeah.
I thought I would have gotten us some by that advanced maneuvering, but all right.
Oh, hang on a second. Let me check that.
Wait to roll.
Yep, go right ahead.
Oh, I didn't know if I should wait to roll until you find out.
Yeah.
Actually, I did find out because it's 3 momentum. So we do have 3 momentum for the evasive maneuvers.
That's helpful.
Yep. That covers what the ship got. That covers what Rollis did, and that covers what the captain did. And then honestly, since you just added to that too, since Zep added to that, I'm gonna say you guys are looking at. You guys are actually looking at because that was a difficulty of 0, so 1. So we're looking at least 5 momentum. So let me put 5 momentum on the board.
Yeah.
So that way we have that for references.
So
you do have momentum.
Do you spend any, Toby?
What was that?
Do you mind if I spend any?
Go ahead. Yeah, get us out of this. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to spend enough momentum to get me to 5d20.
Okay, so 5d20. All right, let's see here. So we're going to spend 1 that gets you a 3. And then you got to do 2 more. That'll get you to 4. And there's not enough left to do 5.
Okay, I'll just do 4 then.
Yep.
And can I use my EPS focus for this?
I would think that would count, yes.
Okay. Oh, crap. Well, I got 2 successes, and then I got a critical failure.
Ooh, I get a threat for that one. Well, 2 critical successes, that counts. Wait. So how many successes did you get? 2?
I got 2 successes and 1 critical failure.
Okay.
Not critical successes and critical.
Well, you get 1 power back, but you can also spend the remaining momentum and gain back a total of 3 power.
I'm doing it.
All right. So now you guys have the ability. To jump to warp 9. You can't. That's still just under maximum, but that will drain all your power usage, which still shut down your phasers.
But would the Witch King be able to get some of that back?
Yes, on the next turn, but that's on your next turn.
I say we do it.
Zeft is going to speak up. Are we in a roundabout, or are we in a bigger ship?
No, you're in the USS Tolkein. You're in the Norway class.
Okay. I thought we were in a roundabout.
No. So,
I don't think you even know what a roundabout is in this instance, Toby.
What?
I'm just saying, I don't think you know what a roundabout is.
Nope, but you said we were on the Tolkien, so I knew we were on the Tolkien.
All right, so
I blame my ADHD. Whatever. Okay,
so my vote is that we do the hyperdrive thing, or warp.
Yeah, we're not calling it hyperdrive. It's not Star Wars. Get your facts straight, man.
Yeah, this is Star Trek. Do not diss the franchise. Especially the classical one.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, how fast do you guys think? Okay, so Zep, you got us the power back. How fast, if we were planning on jumping to warp, which Trent will say, Trent's going to recommend to the captain to jump to warp because we were able to jump, get away to safe distance. How fast do you think we should go? Should we use all the power points to go to warp 9? Yep. Or how much do you think we should use? It's going to be your call. You're the lieutenant commander.
I am going to push us up to warp 8.
Only warp 8. Got it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go down to 1 current, and we are pushing to warp 8. So we made clear, and Tren, you report to the captain that we are clear and ready for warp.
Captain, we're clear and ready for warp.
All right. We got recommendation from engineering to go that we can push to warp 8. Warp 8 now, and let's try and get us out of here.
All right. I'll do it.
I hope I can speak and say that to the captain next time.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we totally took that away. Is that why don't we just rewind that back? Is that you go right ahead and say that?
Okay, Captain, we have one current left in the energy cells, but you can push this baby up to 8. Warp 8. Just do it now.
We got it, Lieutenant Commander. Thank you so much. All right. Lieutenant Trin, please, well, God, I totally screwed this up. Anyway, Lieutenant Trin, warp 8 immediately.
Right away, ma'am.
All right, so you put in the coordinates, and the warp drive fires up, and we go to warp 8. Now, what's up?
Do I got to roll anything?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Yep. Now, the Shaenor gets a chance to pursue. Okay, and
lose us.
Okay, let me get out some chips. Let me get out some counters here because they actually have the ability right now to actually match our speed.
Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is going to cost them some power. And I'm trying to think how the Borg would do it. If the Borg would actually pursue regardless. So let me get some chips out of here. I got our stuff marked down. Unfortunately, I can't edit this stuff. Okay, so we're gonna use red for weapons. Oh no, red is for hull breaches. I can do a total of 6 of them. So any hull breaches, we count that. Power will be black. So I got 10 power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright. And I think that is all that I'm gonna need for right now. Oh wait, let me do shields. I got 14 shields. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that way when shields are gone, shields are gone. 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright. And then hull breaches, I can only match 6 per system. So, because that's my scale. Alright. Getting everything here. Okay, so got my poker chips on here to help me keep track, so that way I don't have to make edits on this page. Because it's kind of like a page you can't edit. Alright, so they get a chance to match the speed and actually keep pretty well decent on everything. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But like you said, that's
7,
only if
8.
they want.
The Borg will pursue.
Dang it.
Yeah, the Borg will pursue. So they are matching our speed factor, which is fine. And then they got 11, 4. Let's see here. Let's move here. All right, and then they're gonna push. They're gonna push for. They are gonna push their power management a little bit. Control and engineering. All right. Difficulty of 2, and I get to spend. You know what? For the sake of argument, to level off the playing field, I'm gonna spend. All my threat, which gives me an additional 2d20.
I am certified.
I just have to remain under 15 or under. So let's see here.
Get 15 or over, please.
I only have 1 failure. It's not even critical. So 1 failure, 3 successes. I gain back 2 of my power, so I'm at 4.
We're at 1.
All right. That takes care of that. And then the Shaenor is going to attack to throw you out of warp. And that will end the Shaenor's turn in general. So, yep. So let's see how much damage they can do in 1 turn. They're gonna need they're gonna need 7 successes. That's almost not even gonna be possible. So, but they're gonna try. Let's see. control, security, and then weapons security. Awesome. So let's do the control security real quick. And they actually have one success only, and then now it's their ship's turn. And what is it? Weapon security. And oh, holy hell! 2 failures, so they only have 1 success. So they can't even. All right, so they come up. So they're matching your speed, and they're firing at you, but you're able to continue to dodge. Unfortunately, to maintain warp 8, you have to spend another 8 points of warp, or you have to drop down to the next warp factor, which for you guys will be warp 1. So it's either drop out of warp and face them in battle, or just drop down to warp 1 and hope that you can make it out.
I think we're gonna have to fight them.
Well, can I tell how close we are to our allies or not?
No, you're still in Typhon Expanse.
Okay.
Crap.
So yeah, unfortunately, I'm forcing you in this, and I'm forcing you in this situation.
How close were we to our allies?
Not very at all. The Typhon Expanse is not within Federation space.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Typhon Expanse is like a place of like isn't that where they went? I forget in which show, but like it's just like a massive dead zone. Like no people live there, and it's really hard to get through.
It's hard to get through because of how thick and what they do to script the sensors. And not only does it script the sensors, it's also been known to have some anomalies. That's why the Shaenor was there, because it was where the USS Enterprise went when the multiple USS Enterprises from alternate universes show up there. That's where the convergence was for Captain Picard when he was shifting from the past, present, and future.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So
that was actually the last episode. That was the last episode of the Next Generation series. I can say that because I did look that one up.
What? Oh no! It wasn't, because it said it was cause and effect. Maybe it was the last episode of a season, but it was not the last.
No. Cause and effect. That was the one where they had Kelsey Kramer join the series, and it was the Enterprise C, I believe it was, that they met up with.
I thought the last episode was the one where Q shows Picard the history of humanity, like the whole what Star Trek the universe would be like without him or something.
No, I don't think so. I thought it was the one where where he had the convergence and he was time shifting from old age to other age, and he saw the many different timelines.
I want to say it was all the things.
Argumentatively, let's argue this outside of game.
Thank you.
I'm going to link this in chat because this is important. I have proven my Star Trek nerd cred.
And so do I. I stand on my Star Trek nerd ground, and we all know where we all stand at that. The only one who's not a nerd here would be Toby, but he's becoming a fan. He's becoming a fan. Anyway, so what are we doing? What are we doing, guys?
Drop out of warp.
All right. So the USS Tolkein drops out of warp, and the Shaenor drops out of warp with you guys. Okay, so you guys do get to take. No, Enterprise C was literally yesterday's Enterprise. Okay, yep. Okay, now I remember. I've got to rewatch that whole series again because it's just good. All right. Anyway, all right. Moving on. Okay, so now it is your guys' turn. Captain turns around and goes. He first goes bridge to engineering.
Yes, engineering here. Sorry.
What are we looking as far as main power? What is our capabilities?
Correct me if I'm wrong, tabletop, but we have 1 current left.
And you can roll to recover more.
You can do power management if you want to. Yes, to recover more.
I'm gonna roll power management, and let me roll that first. But in the middle of Zeft, doing the power management, he's gonna say, "Okay, first of all, what do I need to roll?"
You're gonna need to roll control plus engineering.
Okay, control plus engineering, and I have EPS system or
That would
EP
count.
system. So
Yeah.
2d20. Focus, yes. Okay. Oh my god! Yes, Captain, I do think we have power.
Holy shit!
I rolled I rolled 4 critical successes.
Four. All right, that does move you. Okay, so 4 moves you up to 2. So 2 you get 1, and then 3. So you do get 3 back. So you're at least back up to 4 current. Yeah, your power is now 4. So now you guys do have ability to attack. So how do you relay this to the captain?
All weapons fire. It's no bug. Let's do this.
Weapons fire. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we've got decent capabilities. All right. Well, the captain's gonna say, captain's gonna give his he's gonna give out 2 orders, or she is gonna give out 2 orders. One is for evasive action to keep evasive maneuvers to keep them at bay. So Mr. Trent, you have to give me a control plus con task at a difficulty of 1, and let me know what you get. Then I gotta do the ship's roll, which is structure plus con.
Wait, I need to roll something?
No, you don't need to roll anything. You just did.
Oh, okay, good. Whew.
Do we have any momentum left?
No, you do not.
I have 0 successes then.
0 successes, and
Can I spend a
unfortunately,
determination?
you can spend a determination and get 1 success. Yes.
I'll do that.
Okay.
We
You
need
just
one
need to just from now on just announce it if you want to do that ahead of time.
Okay.
That's all
I
you gotta
don't
do.
know.
So, but technically, you also so you got 3 successes total because the captain's orders you followed through, and you got two assistant from her, and then you also spent a determination to get your 1 success. So that's 3 successes for that. And you only needed a 1 difficulty, so you got 2 momentum back.
Good.
So you got momentum coming back. Awesome for that. And then I got to roll. Well, hang on, real quick, because that did succeed. I got to roll the structure plus con for the ship.
The ship.
Yep, and the ship only got 1 success. So that's one more momentum. So yep. So that was 4 successes. So they got to get 4 or more to hit you. They're gonna try and attack real quick, and that only takes up 1 power point to do that. And before we do that, that was our movement action. Before we do that, the captain is going to give 1 more order for an attack pattern non-tactical.
Okay.
Oh, and she got 1 success. That's it. And tactical's going to roll real quick.
I mean, I could support the captain with one of my talents.
We'll come to that in a minute, because right now they're going to fire phasers. And all right, 1 success on that. So that's 2 successes on. So we're evading and we're firing at 2 successes. So yay for that. The Shaenor is of course going to do their 2 actions. They're going to do evasive maneuvers, which is going to take up a power point to try and dodge. Oh.
Fail.
And that's 2 successes. Oh God.
That's a failure.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. They're the Borg is like really good at structure and con. Not sure what that means. Structure 13 and con. Okay, 15 or lower. Oh, okay. So 4 successes on evading. So our attacks missed, and then they're gonna do 1 more attack for that. What do we get? They got to do 4 better. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So that's 2 successes there, and they're gonna fire their weapons. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Firing weapons will be control plus security task. And oh, they got a critical success. So they got 5 successes. And now it's the ship's. The ship's got to roll. And for this one, it's gonna have to be 1 power point, so they're down to 2. And the ship's got to roll their weapons plus security, so they're at 5 so far.
Oh joy!
Oh, and both are critical failures on the ship's part, but they still got 5. So for that, I will definitely give you guys 2 more momentum here to use. All right. So 5, there was 4, so they get to roll damage. They're using disruptor banks. I get to roll 10 d6s. Shit. Let me get 2 more d6s out. Let's see what damage is. Who's ready for damage?
I'm not.
No.
I hope engineering's got. I hope Zeb's ready to start dispersing crews.
Yeah. I mean, it's lucky that I'm 1 week away from sleeping a week.
You're gonna have to start sleeping a week, yeah. All right, so here we go. Oh, hull breaches. Gotta love them.
No, we do not.
It's all good. All right. Okay, I keep saying that. How screwed you guys want to be?
Not very.
Moderately.
Moderately? Okay.
None.
Moderately, they say. One says none and one says moderately. All right, let me make sure I'm adding this up correct, because this is they've got something. I'm not sure how much they've got. So pray to does anyone Witch King, do you know if the Dedomblians worship any gods?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I imagine they probably worship their ancestors or something like that.
They got no 1s. They got a couple 2s, so that's 2, 4, 6.
Oh God.
That's all their 2s. They do got a 3, which is 0. So those are 0s. They got a 4, which is also 0s. And then they got 5s, which is 1 plus effect. So they got 6 points, 7 points plus effect, 8 points plus effect, and then 9 points plus effect. Okay. The effect.
Our ship is totaled.
What's up?
Our ship is totaled, I know it.
Yeah.
I'm delaying the inevitable. Unfortunately, let's see. So the specialty here for this one is Vicious 1. And if I remember correctly, the Vicious one adds a... I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this correctly. It adds a +1. Yeah. It adds a +1. Okay. Oh, right here. Vicious. The attack inflicts X amount of damage for each effect rolled. So I got 3 of that. So 9 damage total. All right. So we're looking at 9 damage. So you guys got blasted by the disruptor banks. It doesn't look like there's any other special things to do. Good. So the first thing we get to do is I get to take away the resistance. So that leaves 5. So, yep, 9 minus 4 is 5. So you guys are actually going to suffer a hull breach. You guys are going to suffer hull breach because that's 5 points of damage. Now, I get to roll to see what the hull breach is going to be. All right. Here we go. Communications.
At this point, Zeft is praying to his ancestors. Like,
all right. Oh, is he really? Okay. So
he has his the equivalent of like a mala rosary bead.
Okay.
Like the Hindu people have,
Right.
and he just kind of going through each one and like meditating as he's seeing this all play out.
All right, so you guys get a hull breach on communications. So communications is not exactly up to 100%, so you won't be calling for help anytime soon. All right, so that's that. You will be assimilated. Yes, Colin. Yeah, they're not doing too well. So
I refuse to be assimilated.
all right. Okay, it is your guys' turn. All right, so the captain is going to go. He is going to go to. He's going to quickly jump to Trin, because we're not looking at a lot of power. He goes, engineering, we're going to need some more power. He's going to request that Zep starts pushing for more power. It's going to be a presence plus command.
Okay.
One failure and one success. Because he, or she, excuse me. Yeah, keep thinking I'm playing the dude. I'm not. I don't have anything for this as far as a focus concerned. If I did, because I'm using my command sequence, I would have definitely gotten 2 criticals, but it's only 1 success. I'm ordering you to give us more, to try and find more power somewhere. So, Zep, you need to give me a control plus engineering roll.
Okay, control plus engineering. Okay, control
Remember,
10.
you also have 3 determinations you can burn. I gave you guys some extra determinations because I think we got some extra views last time and some extra subs.
Okay. Well, then, can I spend determination after I roll or just before?
You gotta announce it before.
Okay, what do you think, Toby?
Use all of them because I'm planning to warp.
Okay, going to use all 3.
All right. Oh, wait, all 3 of them?
Yep.
I think you can only use 1 at a time.
Oh, never mind. 1 then.
Yeah. I mean, can you apply 3? Like, what is your values? Can you apply 3 values to that? At least.
Precise to a fault. What's that about EPS conduits? Survival at all costs, and family is thicker than blood because I'm caring about my crew.
You know what? If you want to do it this one time only until I can get it more precise on that rule, you get to spend all 3 of those because you're able to apply all of those at the same time. You're totally taking. If I'm awarding a spotlight milestone, your character's totally getting it this time around.
I've never used my values like ever. This is the first time that they've ever been useful.
Yeah. So, you're gonna get you're reserved for. As a GM, I'm gonna reserve the spotlight milestone for you.
Okay, because I am doing a lot this session.
What's up?
Because I am doing a lot this session.
Right. Well, you're doing a lot more now because without you, Trent can't do nothing, and we're sitting ducks.
Hurry up and roll, dang it!
How many dice do I roll?
It's 2d20, and then you just plus 3 successes. So right now you're at 4 successes. So just roll 2d20 and see what you get. Plus, you have momentum. You guys have 5 momentum to spend.
Can I add a focus like warp drive or EPS or something to it?
EPS is the focus that will apply here.
Okay.
Because we've been applying it this whole time, we might as well apply it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 successes.
3 successes? So you guys are at, let's see, 4...
Plus his determinations. So it's 1 plus everything else.
I thought it was 2, so 1 plus 3 determination, yeah. I thought it was counting 3...
All right, okay. Point is, you guys succeeded by... You got 7 successes total, is what I counted. So, and that's what I'm going to count. I'm rolling that in. So you got to count that over 2, so you gain back 6 points. You're almost at full power. So we can jump back to Warp 8 again.
We jumped back to Warp 8.
Yeah, we're jumping back to Warp 8.
Yeah. Are you recommending that? Are you guys recommending that for the captain?
I am.
Okay, all right. So you guys recommend that, and she gives the order to jump to Warp 8, which gives you guys no power for when you stop. So you guys are down to 0, but let's see here. All right, let's see if the Borg can pursue. You guys are pretty much running away, but that's okay.
From my calculations, they have all of 2 power left.
They only have 2 power, but they still get to do a power management roll.
Fail. For the love of God, fail.
You would like that, wouldn't you? And
Yes.
I have no threat to spend. No threat to spend at all.
If I have to roll for, like, to steer and drive the ship, I will use it. My momentum.
They only have one success, which is a failure.
Oh, thank God.
So they do not have the power to. Well, hold up.
Oh, no. You just said they failed.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they did fail. I was just trying to see if I could, because they still got full shields. They have enough power to take out from their shields just to match you guys.
No.
All right. I'll let you have it. They can't
do this.
They can't pursue you. All right. So you guys are heading back to Romulan space, and out of the Typhon Expanse, you guys did manage to escape the Shaenor, but however, you guys do need to warn someone. You guys do need to. The captain's going to warn Starfleet. That's the captain's job. The captain's going to warn Starfleet of the fact that there is now Borgs running about in the Alpha and Beta quadrant. That around Federation space. The bad part is I'm willing to bet once they assimilate the rest of the ship, how this would affect the galaxy going forward is now they can go to the Delta quadrant and go see what's the state of the Borg in the Delta quadrant. So the story is open for the Borg to return officially, make their official appearance early.
I don't like this.
Well, you guys didn't want to battle, so that's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens, man. That, in the words of Stewie Griffin, that's what happens. All right.
We were dying and we needed to survive.
Well, you only took one hull breach, and that was to communications. So if you guys want to know how that works out, let's see. Oh, wait, speaking of which, there's one hull breach. I totally forgot about that, and I cannot... That means the captain cannot send any communications until that is fixed. Well, what is the... Let's look at it. It's been impacted. I gotta figure out how that works. Let's see here. Hull breaches. Okay, damage repair. Here we go. All right. Whenever communication suffers one or more breaches, it disrupts those functions temporarily until the communications officer can restore as a minor action. Oh, nice. So it's not actually that big of a deal, to be honest. It's a minor action.
Restore.
Yep. Well, we could say it probably takes a couple hours to do it. I'm not even going to roll for it because it's outside of battle. If it was in battle, it would be kind of a different thing. Minor actions are not rollable tasks. Yep.
Nice.
It just counts as the character clears minor problems or fault with the systems, restoring it to functions. Yep, so minor actions you don't roll for. So, yep, it's been fully restored. The captain did send out a communique to Starfleet letting them know about the Shaenor and whatever data they have. Meanwhile, Zep and Trin have been requested to review the information of the Shaenor vessel to see what happened to it. And only Zep and Trin are able to do it, while James Hemmingway, if you guys remember correctly, he was infected by nanoprobes.
Yep.
He is currently in sickbay under the medical, because this ship does have a medical emergency hologram. So we have Robert Picardo on board. No, just kidding.
Well, we have the emergency medical hologram, so technically we do.
Right. So we have the Doctor from Voyager. Remember they made lots of him after a while. So he's being taken care of by the emergency medical hologram right now. We'll figure out what's going to happen with him later. Meanwhile, you guys do need to review the information. The information does appear to be encrypted, So we are going to need a hack on that. Let's see here. I believe a hack would be engineering. We're going to do, but because you do know you're messing with a Romulan system, I'm going to say daring engineering roll for Mr. Zepp. And Trin, you can actually assist with that. It would be another daring engineer.
I will most definitely assist, and he gets a benefit from that because of one of my talents.
Yep, Colin wants to know what era we're playing in. It's the 24th century. We're actually playing in but it's after the series. It's 2382.
Technically, doesn't Deep Space Deep Space Nine has ended, Voyager has ended, and so is TNG. So yeah, we're after the series.
Yep, because Voyager ended in 2379, or the 2380 is when they finally returned. So not far. It's only been a couple years since they've been back. Maybe 3 years at most. Yep. So
yeah.
Voyager.
Voyager.
2378 was the TNG series, and then the movies ended in 2379, 2380 as well. So yeah, this is definitely after Voyager's return. So all right, roll your guys' daring engineerings.
Okay.
Oh, I have to roll it too?
If you're going to assist.
Yeah, I'm going to assist.
Assist. Please, assist.
I will assist, but it's not going to be any good.
I've taught you so little, but you can do so much. Let's do this.
By the way, guys, we also have momentum.
I have one success.
All right, so how much momentum do you guys want to use?
I will leave that to Zeph because he's getting the spotlight.
How much?
2 successes.
Yeah,
I'm going to use my own talent because we're assisting each other, correct?
You're assisting him.
Yep.
He's leading.
Oh, then never mind.
Because this is his department.
You could risk it for the biscuit and re-roll one of those ones to see if you could get a 2, but I don't think you can.
No.
Yeah, because if you get a failure, you do forfeit the success.
Yeah. How about we
How much momentum?
I rolled 1.
All right, how many successes between the both of you? How many successes do
3.
we have? 3. All right, I will allow that to happen.
Okay.
Yep, I will allow that to happen. So you guys don't gain any extra momentum. That was actually the minimum value. So you guys finally decrypt the information, and you're reviewing the information that the Shaenor was. Hang on one second. I'm going to look up some additional lore here real quick. Give me 1 second. I do apologize, everybody, but I have to make sure that I'm lore accurate on this one.
One Mississippi.
Sometime I want to have my upgraded 19th century Earth chronometer and my custom Denobulan body armor come into play. I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon.
Okay. So Cause and Effect, which was Season 5, Episode 18. It was when the Enterprise got stuck in a loop, and every time it got stuck in a loop, it was getting destroyed. And it was stuck in a loop because it was actually... and this was in the Typhon Expanse. It was... What was it doing in the Typhon Expanse? It was trying to move out another vessel, I believe. And it got caught in what you call a causality loop. And it was with Captain Morgan Bateson, which is the USS Bozeman. Okay, so it wasn't the other Enterprise. So yep, that was the one with Kelsey Kramer. So yes, all right. So that is that. I wanted to know that. All right. So because what you guys are going to understand is the Shaenor was originally there to actually do studies on the Typhon Expanse. It was trying to what it was trying to do was trying to, because remember Romulan technology is that Witch King, you're going to know this. Toby, you're going to learn this for the first time today. So Romulan technology, their warp drive actually operates on is powered by a quantum singularity that they harnessed and I wouldn't say frozen in time. It's not freaking that doesn't sound right, but they did harness the ability to create a quantum singularity to power their warp drives, which quantum singularities in the Star Trek universe can be used for numerous things, come to think of it. So they were trying to do experiments on what they could do to maybe somehow use the Typhon Expanse to actually see what they could do, find some way around the whole war. Because during this war, during a three-way war, the Reman Rebels versus the Romulan Republic versus the Romulan Star Empire. Their entire Romulan Star Empire, that entire sector of space, is fractured really bad. It's possible that you guys do see that on a technical scale of war, the Romulans are not the Romulan Star Empire, which is who you're in service to, because they're the ones that helped you out, not the Republic, not the Reman Rebels. Reman Rebels, if you remember correctly, the Remans were the ones that attacked the USS Enterprise E in Nemesis. So they were trying to see if they could find some data information where they can harness something from the Typhon Expanse, or use this type of space as a standing ground to find a way to gain the upper hand in the war. Which at this point they were grasping at straws scientifically, knowing that the USS Enterprise, knowing that this part of space and that the Enterprise D was once caught in a trap here. They were trying to set up a trap because the war has actually costed them so much, and we don't know how much more they have left to really go. So that's what they were there. They were there for scientific discovery on if they can use anything valuable in this sector of space, as that their sector of space is pretty much fractured at this point. We're only a couple years from their actual sun going supernova anyway. That's why we're doing this kind of story arc. So yeah. So
also, quantum singularities technically have a form of life that nests in them. So yeah.
Right.
Do they know that yet?
Say that again?
Do they know that yet?
What?
I mean, that whole event happened in 2369.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the information of the USS Enterprise D, that's Starfleet's information, that doesn't mean that information was premiered to the Romulans. Hell, we don't even know how the Romulans really came up on that information, if you really think about it.
Yeah. Although you'd think that if the Romulan Star Empire is starting to, for lack of a better word, democratize itself and become a more free and equitable stellar empire, that the Federation would share that information with them once they found out about it.
It's possible, and it's possible they did, but remember, it's also, there was probably some political grounds with that, because remember, we also don't share information so that way they can harm other people. Starfleet doesn't do that. They're not trying to, maybe this information was shared for scientific reasons, but not reasons for battle.
Yeah,
not reasons to hurt themselves plus other people.
And that doesn't even mention the fact that there are life forms that live in these things, and we don't want the Romulans to hurt them either.
Right. So, from what you guys can see, they came up with no real scientific data was actually discovered. There is no scientific or any information of how nanoprobes infected any of the Romulans and how the assimilation of the Shaenor began. Other than, and there was actually no information regarding them experimenting with Borg technology.
Oh, joy.
So, there could be a cover-up. There could be a separate coup. It's really hard to say. You guys have pretty much got nothing. You guys did get the main information of why they were there, which is top secret, because it's they're Tal'Shiar operatives. That's basically top secret. Not anyone just gets previewed to that information, and it's not just any senator either. So your characters can discern the fact that the information is all valid, but you can't discern if it's been tampered with, if there was a separate coup, or what. But you do know that the information is been verified and validated.
Oh joy.
Yeah.
And now this does add one. Your characters would actually fear one additional thing: the return of the Borg is at this point imminent. The USS Hailstrom, when you guys were serving, the Foundry got away. The Foundry has not been seen since, and that happened in 2380. I believe we are in 2381 or 2382. It's been a couple of years, or at least been a year, since the Foundry's been seen from anyone in Starfleet. And now, because you do know the Remans were experimenting on other species, such as, if you remember correctly, in the USS Hailstrom arc, when both your characters were serving above the USS Hailstrom, on board of that, you guys actually came across Cardassians that were actually being assimilated or controlled by another source. It wasn't exactly full Borg. The Borg technology was being controlled from somewhere else. But that was a Foundry. Now, you guys didn't get a chance to see anything with that, but you do know for a fact the brainwave patterns did act like Borg, whereas before, I'm not sure, I can't remember if we did it, but we can just say it did happen. When you were trying to detect brainwave patterns before, remember, the Cardassians were brain dead, so you weren't detecting any thought processes. There was no communication, not like what you experienced. So Trin, during this time, did experience a full assault of the Borg when he was trying to scan for thoughts or brainwaves. So, that makes sure that there was people alive. You did hear the voices of the Borg.
Yeah.
So,
and I haven't discerned. You haven't told me what I heard yet, so that will be.
Well, you don't know. You heard your brain cannot. Your brain took all the thoughts of the. So the way the Borg work is it's a hive mind. All the thoughts of the Borg are anything within communication range. Now, a Daredex Romulan class vessel. A Daredex Romulan class vessel. I'm gonna look this up. In theory, is supposed to have a crew complement of, and they did have a full crew complement per se, 1,500 officers plus additional troops for ground support. So you roughly heard 2,000 voices at once. There is no way that your character is going to be able to pick that apart. However, that may, if you would like to play that off as a story situation, that's totally up to you, because that was a huge mind assault on your brain.
Yeah.
So
we need a doctor.
Oh, you could say Rollis then passes out.
Yeah. So
I mean, sorry, Toby, but I really think that I'm gonna argue against you, but I hope you get better. But this amount of information overload might cripple you. What do you think, John? I mean, Tabletop.
Well, actually, if he wants to take let's say, until we can get him medical help, like we could play this off going into the future. Take it as, let's see, either take it as, we're going to take it as an injury, or we'll take it as a trait. Let me look up the core book, how injuries work, real quick.
Well, no, from what I understand is that my character's been able to hear a lot more than just 2,000 people. He's been able to hear planets before.
Whole planets?
That's really hard to do.
Yeah.
But he was on medication.
Well, you were on medication because you were sitting in a room full of people listening to their thoughts and having minor headaches because it was constantly turned on, is what we agreed. Like,
yeah, hearing an entire planet, that's easily several hundred million to billions people. That's way too, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the GM, but I would not allow that if I were the GM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But let's not focus on too much on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's do mark it as, yeah, that would be kind of far out there to do whole planets. I would say people in the room. Plus, you have to remember we did establish that you were having a hard time keeping your thoughts or keeping your attention off of other people's thoughts. That you were just picking them up randomly. You were on that medication, so that way you weren't prying into potentially top secret information that the captain has, because there's certain things that captains would have that the rest of the crew wouldn't argumentatively. That's not even argumentatively. That's just a fact that you wouldn't have all that. So, to hear 2,000 voices would still be somewhat crippling to a, maybe to a Betazoid or a Vulcan, it wouldn't, hearing that much, I mean, even still would be for that, and you're both of them put together.
But at the same time, I've also been on Deep Space Nine, and I've also been...
Yeah, but Deep Space Nine doesn't have a crew complement of that much.
But what about civilian complement?
No, that's what I meant. Crew, the entire population wouldn't even equal out to 2,000. Daredek's classes are Warbirds type class. They're huge. But hang on, we will check Deep Space Nine crew complement. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's go to. I like to do memory. So, all right. Well, remember, your psychic abilities do have a range, though, too. So
yeah,
But let's see here. Let's see. Okay. We can just it doesn't actually give me a complement of how many people are currently on DS9. It is a space station. So let's, on an argumentative scale, we'll just say you have no injuries or anything that you want to play off. If you don't want to play anything off, that's fine. I was giving that option to you anyway, so let's not get hung up on that.
I just thought it'd be interesting to play out. If you don't have to do that if you don't want to, totally.
Oh, we can, but it's not going to be one to where he's like brain dead or severely damaged.
No. We were not suggesting that at all. Or at least I wasn't suggesting that at all.
I was just saying that, like, maybe like your telepathic abilities are dimmed down quite a bit, like the intensity of them, and like you can maybe hardly use them. I don't know.
I was thinking the opposite, is that he's using the muscle so much it's getting stronger.
No, because remember, this was a massive overload of information.
True.
This was like, how many people were on that ship? Tabletop?
I would say approximately around 2,000. And but see, that's the thing too. You're able to pick out a single thought of a species from one species to the next, of an individual. But with the Borg, they're connected constantly. The thoughts of every single Borg are constant with each other. So when they're connected, so you heard 2,000 thoughts at the same time versus where, and you can't separate an individual thought away from a Borg, but you can separate. I hope this furthers this argument a little bit further. I hope this furthers this understanding a little bit further. When you're hearing thoughts of people, you can discern the individual thoughts because each thought is different from 1 minute to the next, or discern who's feeling what from 1 minute to the next as an individual. But the problem is the Borg is not individual.
Well,
highly alien to be in a mindset like a Borg. Like it's probably really disturbing to a telepath.
It was. That's why I bled out the nose. But I have other things I can bring up for why he'd be able to be non-affected by it. Because if we go back to the graduation ceremony, there was well more than 2,000 people, and he sat in a corner holding his ears because it was loud and he heard everybody.
All right. Well, let's just move on from that. But it would have been kind of nice to still hear off.
But no, I have an idea. He's going to turn to the captain and go, Captain, I don't feel that well.
Well, the captain's not with you. Remember, he can't view the information. You're in the room with Zep alone, viewing the information in a private room.
Sorry, he staggers, grabs Zeph's shoulder and goes, Zeph, because I'm going to say it's the adrenaline that was pumping didn't make him feel the effect.
Okay.
Of the pain. And you see that Rolus is bleeding out of both nostrils. I don't feel that well.
Michael, get over here, quick!
Well, and as
I'm gonna say he passes out at that point.
And you're kind of like screaming at him because you don't know what control your volume control, like how you control your how your brain functions helps you control your volume of your voice and everything. You're hearing the thoughts of like you're hearing repeat thought processes of all that Borg of the Borg that you sensed all at once.
Yeah, because my brain's trying to process it all as individual things, but it can't.
Yep. So, and you don't know why it came back. Like it was fine once the adrenaline wore off. Now you don't have control over the fact that you're hearing thoughts over and over again. And as far as anyone's concerned, as far as you're concerned, which could come out at a later time, it's probably just a replay of shock. So, yeah, you're bleeding out your nose again. All right, so what are we doing? Are we calling for medical?
Yes.
All right, so you called the emergency medical hologram. Says I'm sending a security team to pick you. Well, hang on a second. Before you do that, let's back up. The emergency medical hologram answers says, "Sick bay here. How can I help? Please state the nature of your medical emergency."
We've got an injured telepath who just got an information overload of telepathic
Information.
Calm down. Calm down, Lieutenant Commander. Just tell me where you're at in the vessel, and I'll send a security team. We are low on medical staffing here right now. We are currently taking care of Mr. James Hemmingway.
Okay. Where are we in the ship?
Oh, you're in one of the private science labs.
Okay. We're in private science lab
2.
A-D4.
Okay, fine. We'll do that one. He's like, I will send a security team to transport them here immediately, and see to his condition. And right now, he's gonna make the emergency medical hologram. Is going to try and make a control medicine roll, to see if they can. All right, so he can do a control medicine roll that would remove the injury, remove the complication. And if not, I can at least stabilize them and hold that back. Okay, so it's 1 or 2. I got to do 1 or 2 if I don't get any successes. Where here? It's so screwed. And since it's the Borg, I'm gonna say 3. So let's see here. And is it alright if the emergency medical hologram at least uses like 1 momentum?
Sure.
I don't.
All right. He's going to get a 3rd die because he needs 3 successes. 12, let's see, 9-1, which is 10, and then 10-2. Wait, did I say that right? I don't think I did. We'll be able to figure that out here in a minute. Here we go. Oh, yep, proficiency is, oh no, it's 9-1. Okay. Or 9-2, so 11 or lower. 11 or lower. Holy shit. 1 failure. 1 success. Critical failure. Yeah, nope. James Hemmingway. Oh god, I got 3 failures compared to 1 success. So, trying to stop the Borg implant. So he's actually the process of simulation of a simulation is currently going through Mr. James Hemmingway. So the security team gets down to sickbay with Rolus Trin. Would Zep be accompanying him at all?
I would, yes. He's a good friend of mine. I need help.
But I say, don't leave your homie behind, dude.
yeah. So you make it to sickbay within a few minutes, and the door doesn't open.
He starts banging on the door. I mean, he is pretty strong, so maybe he can pull his way through. I don't know.
Give me, Toby.
Yeah.
Give me a fitness security roll.
I said all I think is that he's just passing out and is going to wake up with a bad headache. But
no, it's worse than that.
what?
It's worse than that.
0 successes.
Ooh, yep. You're definitely
because you said I could play this out.
Yep.
If I wanted to, I said it's as long as nothing negative happened to it.
Well, it's not negative per se. You're just hearing more of the Borg thoughts, and it's more like what it is.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you take a little stress. Good grief, but it's not like degrading to your character. You're
okay, that's
through a thing.
That's fine.
But I think I was gonna make a difficulty of 0 of that anyway. So yeah, you're definitely hearing more Borg thoughts, and sickbay is not opening up whatsoever.
So I'm passed out, and then you hear me scream.
Yep. You're screaming because maybe you're having a bad dream.
No. Who's in my vicinity?
Zep. Zep is in your vicinity.
My brain's still active.
Right.
I don't scream. I scream telepathically.
Are we sure you don't dream?
No, I said I'm not screaming.
Oh no, I didn't say screaming. I said you may be dreaming.
Yes, I agreed with that.
Okay.
But it's the my brain's still active, so instead of making my body scream, it screams telepathically. So that's what it's used to doing.
So who's?
I think that means that Zeft is going to drop Rollis.
Okay.
Because that telepathic scream from such a powerful psychic, it's not going to be pleasant for someone who doesn't have telepathic abilities.
Yep.
It's not just you; it's everyone around him.
I know.
And I'm not doing this intentionally, but it's what makes sense for the characters that he's more used to using his mind and using telepathy rather than talking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you drop Rollis, Zep does peer up, and the security team is trying to assist you. But as the security team is trying to assist you, the doors open, and 2 Borg, 2 crew members who have been fully assimilated by the Borg, have emerged.
Oh fuck.
And let's see here. We're gonna do a fitness security. The security team's got focus on you 2 who are both on the ground. And plus they probably heard the scream if they're in the vicinity too. Did you transmit anything to the security team? Yes or no? Was that your original thought?
Mine was through the entire ship.
Yours was through the entire ship. Oh, okay. Well, the security team's like completely. The security team is like completely. Is completely distracted at this moment.
That was my initial thought, was the entire ship, because he's able to hear everyone on the ship. So.
Right.
And he's not thinking right now. He's not conscious.
All right. Well, that's 3 successes. They grabbed. You watched as 2. Is Trent passed out for sure? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He's blacked out.
Zep, you watch as 2 of the security officers that was transporting, as the 2 Borg came up and started assimilating them immediately.
Do I have a phase resequencer?
You have a phaser type 2. That's it. And you also have access to Trin's phaser type 2. So you got 2 of them. I don't know how dual weaponry would work in this.
I mean, they're handguns, so maybe.
So, well, you know what? You'll have to take a disadvantage. You'll have to take a disadvantage on one and then advantage on the other. And how that would work is I'll just make one harder than the other. So, what are you gonna try to do? Are you gonna try to attack them?
I am, but do we have the protocol for handling Borg threats? Like, I forget the exact term for, it's like resequencing or resyncing the...
Remodulation.
Remodulation, thank you.
Yes. You have to program them separately. you don't have time to do it. It does take a minute to reprogram them on a separate notion to remodulate the weapons.
Okay.
But you do have 4 momentum at your disposal.
Okay. I'm going to fire at them, but then I'm going to try to get to cover so I can modulate the frequencies.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna leave Trin on the floor?
No, I'm grabbing him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you do 2 fire sequences. All right. So
like throwing him over me or something.
you need to give me control plus security.
Okay.
Yep. And you're gonna do 2 rolls of this. So roll 1 time control plus security, and anything dealing with hand phasers will be fine.
Okay, and I have hand phasers.
So we both took that.
That's 1 success and 2 critical successes.
All right.
And then 1 more.
Yep.
Control plus engineering?
Nope. The second one will be control plus security, and it'll be at a harder difficulty. So the first roll, what'd you get? 3 successes total? You said 2 critical, or is it 4?
2 critical and 1 regular.
Okay, and that was for rolling 1. Was that rolling
So
for 1 dice or 3 dice?
3 successes.
What?
The total is 3 successes.
Right.
Yeah, it's 3 successes, but one of them or 2. I guess 1 or 2 of them are a critical success.
So one's a critical because I'm looking at what you rolled for the control task, control plus security. So it's 1 regular success and 1 critical success. So it's a total of 3.
Okay, that's 3. Okay, so you did do. All right, so that one's good there. Now the next one you need to give me another control security. But you got to get higher than you got to get 3 or better on this one. The other one was 2 or better. So you guys do get 1 momentum from 1 firing sequence. So do another firing sequence.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes? Okay, that's the bare minimum. Oh no, for the second one, no, that one was a failure. So you miss. So you do fire with 1 and do hit one of the Borg, and you miss with the other one. Unfortunately, I am not.
We can back into.
There's different corridors you can back into and see. You can seal everything shut.
Okay, I want to do that.
All right. You can also take a Jeffries tube and magnetically seal the Jeffries tube, and you can use the Jeffries tube to safely go across the ship until, well, the ship is mostly assimilated.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to like some kind of escape vehicle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go into the Jeffries tubes and magnetically seal it and head into the docking bay or the flight deck. What would it be called?
It'll be the shuttle bay.
Okay, so I'm going to the shuttle bay, and do we happen to have any roundabouts or anything like that that has a warp drive as well?
Actually, let me check the sheet here. It looks like you do not have a regular launch bay. You do every ship does come with a launch bay, so basically you have basic shuttles. Let me see. What is a basic shuttle? I think it's a Type 2. A shuttle Type 2. So, let me check that up. Oh boy. Lots of great things here.
Liar.
No,
If I knew this was going to happen, I would not have played this out.
I wouldn't have agreed to this. I wouldn't have agreed to this.
Never agreed with what the DM says, kids. It's always a trick. It's a trip.
Well,
unless it's not.
You know, you always fall for everything. Whenever I offer liquor, you always take it. You always end up getting drunk. You always end up rolling crappy at that, and for some reason, I don't know how that ends up happening. It just happens.
No, for some reason.
It never plays out, and yet you keep doing it. A part of me finds that a little bit funny.
I plead the 5th, Your Honor.
Well, tell it to the judge, which is me. So
the judge is biased, Your Honor. I move for dismissal.
There's the Arbiter of Worlds, and so am I occasionally.
Oh, it's command. It's the command book. I gotta open my command book. Command division.
forgive me what we did in the beginning, which was that pack, which always just woke my character up when he passed out.
Yeah, except now you're hearing all the you're somehow your medications wore off with all that adrenaline, and it's even worse now than ever before because wouldn't you
The
know
voices, the voices.
It's okay. Picard actually has been you're kind of playing out Picard's type of if you were playing Picard, his type of voice, his type of thing, because he can still hear the voices of the Borg from time to time. He understands them. This actually, you're playing it out as you're being crippled a little bit. Yes, it's not permanent. Yes, but at the same time, you may come out with a greater understanding at a later time.
Okay.
So,
if we survive,
I'm trying to figure out where our vessels are. So that way I'm accurately explaining to you how this works.
as long as we can survive.
Oh, you'll survive. Oh, here we go. Small crafts. So that was 2255. A work B, that's 2270. I need something around. Okay, so there's a Type 6 shuttle, Type 7 shuttle, which was 2359. Type 8 shuttle, 2371. I'm trying to give you. This would have the most updated. Type 9 shuttle, 2370. How do you get a Type 9 and 2370 and 2371 a Type 8? That doesn't make any sense.
Don't ask questions.
I call shenanigans.
Same.
Okay, so you just got a basic shuttle, which is the one I'm going to give you for this one is going to be Type 10 shuttle. Maybe the Type 8 was redefined. I don't know. So it can handle up to 4 crew members. So yeah.
Me, you, and who else you want to take with us? I'm not overly attached to anybody here yet.
So you guys, it's nice how you guys are going to run. For right now,
No, tabletop. I'm not running. I cannot make these decisions. I am passed out.
That is true. That is so true.
Not running, we're surviving.
Oh, is that's the argument? That's the argument? You're surviving?
Yes, we're surviving.
I think we're going to talk about one of your values because I'm going to do this to you. Which game?
One of his values or traits is survival.
That's not a trait. That's
a focus.
That's a focus. Number one. One of his values is something to do with family and the crew.
One of my values is survival at all costs. I just saw that.
Oh, but you have another value that says family, so those are conflicting values, which actually opens up the floor for outside discussion. Which is not.
I can help you out there. He's trying to save me, and I'm his most valuable family member here.
You don't do that to family.
I would argue he considers me family because we.
All right. You're in the Here's what we're gonna argue as of right now. You guys are in the Jeffries tube trying to make it down to the shuttle bay. It's gonna take Zep a minute.
Hold. You're cutting out for me.
Oh, okay.
Talk a little slow.
Sorry. All right. So here's what I'm gonna say. You guys are in the Jeffries tube, making your way to a shuttle bay. We do have access to one Type 10 shuttle. And the rest of them, unfortunately, are going to be probably escape pods or whatever else they use. Okay, so here is... Oh, I just thought it... okay. So they're only capable of warp 3 to 5. Huh, nice. So here's what I'm going to say. Okay? You guys are in the Jeffries tube. After Zep made the firing and only damaged one of them, he put away the phasers, picked you up, and put you in a Jeffries tube. Put the Jeffries tube in and magnetically sealed it quickly before the Borg can even, pursue you.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the Jeffries tube. Zep's plan is to make it to a shuttle bay. Only Zep knows this. Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna stop the game right here. We're gonna stop the game right here. Because there's going to be some mechanical and some other things to pursue. You guys have 5 momentum. The Borg don't have any. We're going to pause it right here and pick the game up on the next session it is going to be a battle between the crew of the USS Norway versus the Borg on an inner now you guys are still at warp 8 currently, traveling at warp 8 into Romulan space. That's going to take some time. So there is going to be an inner struggle, and that will be next session.
This is basically going to be like holding up on a zombie infested build ship or something, because like we're gonna have to survive on the ship until we get out of warp.
That's true too, because you can't jump out. Well, no, you can't maneuver the ship again. Oh no, you probably can't, because you would disintegrate if you tried to leave the ship while at warp.
Yeah.
I think that's how that, because in order to go out and be in the warp field around the ship, you have to match the warp speed. At warp 8, and the best shuttle you have is a Type 10 shuttle, which can only do 5. You would disintegrate as soon as you get out.
Yeah, I think Zeft is really going to need to put his skills into action, because he's going to need to lock down a section of the ship, get a replicator functioning and working for a while. Because how long is it going to take us to get to back to Romulan space?
Well, you're in the Typhon Expanse, so let me see here. About the dead center, so let's say 20. Okay, let me argue that one. Warp 8.
You also need to wake up Rolus, because Rolus could help.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna give you a. I'm gonna give you as big of an accuracy as I can on this one.
Because I do think that it might take quite a while, even at warp 8. Especially because we're in the Typhon Expanse.
Roughly about 11 days to get to the border.
You mean to the Romulans?
That's to Romulan space. That'll be 11 days to get to the border of the neutral zone. And,
okay, so we're going to have to hold out for 11 days.
I know, right?
This is awesome.
You know what? I'm going to say this. As a GM, I'm going to give you guys, like, once you guys get past this, because this was stemming from one adventure that I created, and this is kind of becoming its own thing. We did the same adventure for going on 3 sessions now. You guys are getting something special for this once you guys wrap this session up. Or once you guys wrap up this adventure, we can move on to the other one. You guys are going to get something special for this, because you guys have turned this adventure into a great story arc on its own. You guys did great.
Yeah.
This
is easily like a mega episode right now.
Yep. Well, we're gonna hit the neutral zone, part 3. the PC, the players are their characters are currently on board. One is passed out, the other one's toting the other one around, while the Borg is simulating the USS Tolkein. Oh boy, so yeah. Well, this is unlocking more of the story. The story's taking what can I say? It's taking unprecedented turns.
Yeah. Role playing is awesome, because you get to come up with you don't know how it's gonna act. It's not a novel. It's not a TV show. It's not a movie. It's not a book. You just, it happens randomly, and the players interact. This is why I love role playing so much.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just terrified because I'm not involved, and I probably won't be for a while.
No, because I'm gonna. Do you want to hear my plan real quick?
Sure. You can tell me our plan.
Oh, yeah, I just didn't know if Tabletop was going to end the stream right now.
No. Continue. We still got a few more minutes. We've only been playing for an hour and a half.
Okay.
So
my idea is that I am going to hide you away in a room on the ship, barricade it, and have an entry and exit to the Jeffries tubes nearby, if not in the room, hopefully. And then I'm going to head down to the medical bay and get some... I mean, I don't know what the different terms they use for medicine, but I'll probably just make something up. Hydrophenadrazine or something like that. I don't know. But it's basically like an amphetamine. It'll wake you up and get you active. Kind of like adrenaline, basically. but it works on aliens with vastly different biologies than humans.
If we remember, every time he's passed out before from certain alcohol, cough cough, don't want to name it, we just use a hypo spray or whatever it was.
Yeah, but Tabletop, what do you think? Is this going to be like a special thing that he has to like find in the medical lab, or what?
Well, okay, so the one who, well, you could probably know what his medicine was because, you know, you could probably access the medical logs, but you got to remember, though, too, the sickbay right now is the grand central hub of the Borg.
Yeah.
Okay, is there... I'll have to wait till next session, but I need to know by next session, is there some way that I can hide myself among the Borg?
Oh, yeah, I believe there was a way that they did it. You got to be perceived as not a threat.
Okay.
Remember that. So remember that's how it was. You could probably make a device where you read, where you're reading as a Borg, maybe, but that's gonna be like unknown technology. So that's gonna have to be that would have to be a definitely a, and it's gonna be daring because it's gonna be untested. So I would say a daring engineering role, but it's gonna have to be difficulty is gonna have to be amped up to the max.
Oh yeah, and you can bet you I'm using my momentum on that.
Yep. So
well, don't we lose momentum each session though? Don't we lose it all?
Technically, you're supposed to lose it at the end of the session, but I don't like playing that out, especially if you know, that's because that's usually at the end of the adventure. And here's the problem: you're not at the end of this adventure. This adventure is taking a third part.
Yeah,
piece of the story.
Yeah. But when this adventure is over, then they'll be gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then it will be gone. But yeah, this is the same adventure. It's just taking us 3 sessions to get it taken care of, and there's no promise that it'll be taken care of next session either.
Yeah.
So
well, if since we're starting Castles and Crusades soon, I do hope we can continue with this game if we're able to.
Okay, so the announcement on that one, and while people are here, Castles and Crusades is only 2 weeks out of the month.
Okay.
I believe it'll be once every 2 weeks. So that leaves that definitely leaves 2 weeks we could play Star Trek and other games a month.
So
I do want to get back to, because you said we're doing it next year, was the superhero game. I'm still very excited to want to do that.
Well, I got to talk to you about that. There was some business on that. That I think I told the Witch King, but I think I have not told you.
Did you tell me? I don't remember.
I'm not going to mention it on stream. Let's hurry up and wrap this up, and I can, because this is kind of nope. This is kind of private.
Okay.
There was an issue with that, so let me talk to you about that in a minute, Toby. Well, anyway, guys, that is it. We definitely, as GMs and players, are going to have to definitely sit down and figure out how this is going to work out, because we have, definitely.
I could always post a D&D game.
What's up?
No. We'll talk later.
Okay. Anyway, so anyway, for those who tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in and watching and stuff like that. We did enjoy your company. Sorry, it was a little bit of a drag, but I mean, that's battle for you. That's battle for you for any RPG. You gotta discern everything that you're doing. So now the PCs are gonna be, now the players are facing off with the Borg on their vessel. We're gonna have a reenactment of First Contact. You guys haven't seen what that does? Go watch Star Trek First Contact. I actually might watch it right after this. So
that's one of my favorite Star Trek movies.
Oh god, yeah. I'm supposed to do this as a failure thing, but I'm gonna do this right now because I think this would play a major thing right now. So, for everybody that is tuning in, they're in trouble.
No.
Are we or are we just in trouble, like the environment and stuff like that?
Well, you guys do remember the Borg can also assimilate at alarming rates. It does take a while for them to hold back, and right now it would probably be. I just played that Star Trek failure video where Data goes, "Oh shit," because it's my favorite one. I like that scene. That's supposed to be for like critical failures, but I don't think you guys had any really major critical failures. You had maybe one failure the whole time, so it wasn't really important to play.
We did have one critical failure. It was one of the rolls we did.
Okay, all right.
So use that.
Don't get to play that video much.
Well,
how much first off, before we leave, how much so that way it's on the record, how much determination do we have left for each of you?
I have 0.
I have 2 left.
Okay, so when you guys start next session, Toby, you're at 2, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you stay at 2 until those are gone. And then the Witch King, you get 1 back by next session. But that's about it. You don't get to refresh your determination unless you don't get additional determination unless you got 0. And then you can't excel above a 1 unless I award you more, and I can only award you up to 3. So, but we do have some things to talk about. I am going to sit down and review to move on and to let the audience know we're going to have to sit down and review some things on an argumentative scale to some degree, because there are a couple values which we may not have to argue them too much. I'm usually pretty lenient GM, but you do kind of have the values, that you got to somehow maybe warn the whole crew too. But yeah, right now you guys are still at the only crappy part is you guys are still at the only crappy part about all this is you guys are still at warp, and you will be at warp for at least like a few hours, maybe even the full time, unless the engines need to cool off. So, yeah.
We can send out a distress signal if it goes out of warp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll be able to do that too. Well, communications have been restored. So we're going to have to... So I'm going to do some rolls. I'm going to figure out some things and see how much of the ship is assimilated by the time we return by next session. By next session, we're going to start in a couple hours. It's going to be a couple hours. Like, we're going to stop the session here. And then by the next session picks up, it's been a couple hours. It took you a couple hours to magnetically seal the Jeffries tube where you're at, so that way you could safely make it to a safe part of the ship and put him in a room. However,
would I have woken up in a couple of hours?
Give me a fitness plus security roll.
I don't think I have any focuses. Would composure help with that?
No, you're passed out.
Okay. 1 success.
All right, I'll give it to you. Yeah, you would probably be awake by the time he gets you into a room.
Also, I want the end credits scene song to be the Enya song. It was an Enya song where she's basically singing, "Who knows when the wind blows." Do you know the song, guys?
I don't think so, but I will have to look that up. Now that you're sharing it.
Well, I don't know the exact title of it, but I know what it sounds like. I can probably find it later, but yeah, I do think that should be the end credit song because it's really sad and melancholic, and I think it would really fit what's happening.
Oh yeah. I can't say I disagree with that at all. Definitely fit. Do agree with that.
We're seeing our entire ship basically be destroyed.
Yeah,
and not just the crew.
Should we do amazing? Should we do Amazing Grace like for like someone did that. Someone did Amazing Grace. For the I don't know what the original music was, but it was for Wrath of Khan, the original Star Trek, where they ship Spock's body out. Should we do that as ship goes down?
Copyright. Sure.
Oh yeah. No, we can't do that. You're right. That is copyright.
Is Amazing Grace copyrighted?
Technically, it is a gospel song, and technically, yes. Technically. Damn. You know what? Maybe I'll look for some free copyright music, and we'll do at the end.
I don't want us to go broke, so
maybe, like I said, I will do
a little voice of reason going money.
Can't sue us unless we make money, but they can still make me take time to the video. So, oh boy, this was a lot of fun. We don't know. Is this the end of the USS Norway? Why do I keep saying that? It's a Norway class vessel. Is this the end of the Is this the end of the USS Tolkein, or will Zepp and Trin pull through? Find out next time on Dragon. No, I'm just kidding.
Also copyright.
Find out next time on Star Trek Z. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't an anime. Well, guys, it's been a fun day. Like I said, we've got we'll definitely pick this up next week. Thank you everyone for who's turning in. If you know Toby, go ahead and sell yourself. Start with, hi, I'm Toby. I'm the punching bag.
Oh no, I was gonna make a very dirty joke, but
oh no,
hi.
You're not. This is PG at best, bud.
Hi, I'm Toby. I'm the punching bag. Thanks for having me at AA.
And we will have you for more games. Witch King, go ahead and sell yourself here on here. Get your channel out there because I know you got it. And
Okay.
your channel, and just so everyone knows, the Witch King's channel is in my description on this video.
It's in every video because I am one of the core co-hosts. Anyway, yes, you are too, Toby. I run a channel called the Esoteric Order of Nerdity. Now, yes, it's a pun almost. But anyways, I run that channel. I review tabletop role-playing games. Recently, I've been streaming Dead Space, the original. I don't have the remake yet. And hopefully at some point I might do some other stuff like book reviews. I don't know. Something else. I plan for my channel to be very much like Grim Jim's, where it's kind of just whatever interests him. But anyways, if you are interested, you can find me there. I'm also on Twitter. It's probably not known to many people, but I do have a Ko-Fi or Coffee account. So if you want to tip me to help me get more role-playing games to review, that helps. That's all. I run the channel. I run the Twitter. I'm all over social media. Follow me, subscribe, and like my videos, and especially like this one because Tabletop puts a lot of work into these games, which is something I can't say for my own game. So he really deserves some kudos for that.
Appreciate that. All right, well, my name is Tabletop Junkie, and I'm here as Tabletop Junkie. I don't know where else I was going with that. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and joining our actual play and watching us. We are Star Trek fans here. I'm a diehard Star Trek fan. I've been a Star Trek fan since I was, I must have been 3 or 4, 5, 6 even. I've been a huge fan for many, many years. I actually grew up with Star Trek because I actually had a parent who was such a big fan of Star Trek. He always was trying to collect the VHSs before DVDs was a thing. He always wanted to go to a Trek convention. He got to go to a few Trek conventions. He was trying to take me. Unfortunately, that never did happen in our life. God rest his soul. He's unfortunately, he was my father, and he's no longer with us today due to certain reasons. So he passed away 2013, and the only reason why I'm mentioning that here is just because he's the reason why I'm into Star Trek the way that I am. He's the reason that I knew that it was cultural, that there was more to it, that it was about scientific discovery, and we would sit down and talk about potential scientific theories. I gotta say, we did have some good times regarding Star Trek. So Star Trek is more than just a game. It's more than just a show. It's a way of life for me. So it's very important that I get these games a certain way. However, I do put all the work into all my games. So the Witch King does recognize that, and I appreciate that because especially when no one else actually kind of mentions it. So he mentioned it. So thank you so much for Witch King.
Totally welcome, man.
Yeah, Star Trek is always going to be a thing for us here. We may not always play it all the time, but we will be going back and forth. As soon as I run out of information, I'll probably stop for a few months. We'll play something else, and I'll just work on Star Trek on the side. Star Trek is just something I'll never drop because it helps me relive my childhood. I grew up watching. I've watched. I mentioned it earlier. I have to watch the TNG series. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I am probably through my third or fourth time watching every episode of every series, starting with the original series, going to the only thing I never got to dive into yet as in my childhood was the animated series, but the original, the Next Generation, DS9, and Voyager, I got to dive into all that plus the movies. And I've had numerous watch-throughs on everything. They're like video games to me. It's like the more you watch them, the more you can say, I've watched them this many times. And you're probably thinking, well, 4's not a lot. Guys, it's a TV series. There's a lot of episodes, so yeah, it is.
And 7 seasons.
And they are 45 minutes to an hour long, so.
And there's like 20 to 30 episodes each season.
Yep, so there's a lot. Anyway, going from there, I do appreciate everyone who comes out and supports us. That is a big deal for us. If you do like what you see here, please leave a like and please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get to 100. I usually try to do everything by 10s, but now I'm going to be doing everything to the nearest 100. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers before the end of the year. May not happen, but if it doesn't, then I will try to reach it every 6 months. Give me the subs. The more subs that come in, the more videos I'll do.
I hope at least by the end of the year.
Yeah, hopefully. Anyway,
Yeah.
so everybody, thank you so much for joining us again. This is Tabletop Junkie telling you guys to work hard, play hard, game on. This was a great game. Toby, Witch King, thank you for showing up as always. It's always a pleasure having you guys.
Pleasure to be here.
All right.
Pleasure to be here.
Yep, well, this is Tabletop Junkie giving everyone his famous salute today. Have a great and wonderful night, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your week.
You as well.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.